Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loud Esmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better. What? Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to another segment of Steer the Line with a brand new intro. I'm guessing I'm Jeremy James recording.
That was nice.
I love it. It sounds great.
Well done.
Thank you. That's what I do.
It makes me feel almost as good as the Care Bear t-shirt.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it with the Raiders in background. But it's Super Bowl weekend, baby. The Chiefs and the Eagles are facing off. And I know Rocky has something you want to say really quick at the beginning of the show.
Really quickly, some funny stuff happened. Loud, you're a pretty famous guy now. There's some people here. First, I want to say thanks to Victoria Sabala for Radio Sinaloa 99.5 Sports for running Steer the Line her show for the last 2 weeks. We just met. But the odd thing is, usually I get these people to listen to me because I'm an actor. But this time I got them to run the show because I told them Jeremy was a wrestler. And wrestling is huge.
Right.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. Look, a couple of people that are really quick that helped me be here today. If you come to Mazatlan, by the way, I'm in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Loud. And people want to say hi to you, but they're not here today. Come to the Zafiro Resort boutique and talk to Gabriela and Yameth. They hooked me up with a great cool little condo on the beach. Eat at El Capitolio, man. The chef, Fernando Hemke, hooked me up. This guy's great, man. And my good buddy Rogelio, part owner. Come to Mazatlan, go to the Capitolio for dinner, and stay at the Zafiro Beach Hotel and listen to Radio 99.5 Sinaloa.
Whatever you're getting for the in-show promotion, I want a third.
You got it, bro. You got it.
I expect a weekend in Mexico sometime soon. Just
let me tell you what they told me. They said we use Loud's predictions as our predictions on the show.
Right.
And people tune in because I've been
right.
Jeremy's a wrestler.
I was 8-2 in the playoffs up until last weekend.
It's a big deal down here, man. You know, Christian, the girls love Christian, and me, I'm everybody's favorite actor in Mexico. So, but you're a famous guy, Loud. Your predictions are way heavily here, and that's a real deal. All right, man.
Well, we'll see how they like the XFL and USFL picks when we start getting to those in a couple weeks. And by the way, Jeremy has news for the crew about the USFL and XFL upcoming seasons you want to share, right, Jeremy?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to spring it on them like this, but yeah, you guys are going to have to play some fantasy football, whether you like it or not, because we're doing a 4-team XFL and USFL league specifically for the show this year. So I'll send you everything you need. The draft will be easy. I'll send you a list that we can all draft off of, all that fun stuff. But figure if we're going to be covering the XFL and the USFL, what a better way to get to know the league and the players so we actually can know a little about what we're talking about. So
you're giving us homework.
Jeremy, we're all going to cheat off you.
Thanks.
We're all going to use. Yeah, I know we're all going to use the same list. I'll just say I don't know any of these players.
Well,
true. 8 NFL guys. So
it would be different if we had to play against you in fantasy football in the NFL, but we all started in the USL.
It's like square one.
Yep, absolutely. It'll be interesting.
You know what's interesting about those leagues is the XFL has poached a bunch of players from the USFL, and the USFL is pissed. Several of the really good quarterbacks have been poached by teams in the XFL. The Rock ain't playing. I don't know if everybody knows this, but The Rock owns the XFL.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's his he bought the league from Vince McMahon.
Let's see what The Rock's cooking.
But I noticed that the Vegas team in the XFL has could have a low-key good offense for a startup league like that. They've got Brett Huntley at quarterback. You got Martavis Bryant, if you remember him, at wide receiver.
Yeah. Right.
Also, the former Green Bay Packers, Geronimo Allison, at wide receiver, and the former Denver Bronco running back Rod Smith. So they got a little something going on there on that Vegas.
The Houston Roughnecks coach is Wade Phillips.
Ah, nice.
Also coaches in the league, Jim Haslett, former head coach of the Saints for years. Bob Stoops is coaching the Arlington Renegades. So there are several experienced coaches in the league. Some of those poached players, QB Luis Perez for the Vegas Vipers was stolen from the USFL. And then you have Kyle Sloter, who was one of the best. He was with the Breakers in the USFL. The Arlington Renegades stole him. And then another quarterback, Jordan Tiamu, DC Defenders picked him up from the USFL. And a couple of names that you're going to notice in this league, Jeremy. Josh Gordon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's, I think, with the Seattle team or something like that.
Seattle Sea Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I love that name, Seattle
That's a
Sea
real name.
Dragons.
That's cool.
It reminds me of the Nets' attempt to rebrand the New Jersey Swamp Dragons back in like the 80s.
Yeah. I love to see that. With the stadium, got to look like a theme park, right?
Oh, it's got to. It's got to be.
And then A.J. McCarron, who won a national championship with Alabama, had a couple good seasons with Cincinnati, is the quarterback of the team with the best home field advantage in the league in the St. Louis Battlehawks. And by the way,
they changed venue, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's some players, there's some coaches, and by the way, the coach of the Vegas Vipers, Rod Woodson.
Cool.
Former Pittsburgh Steelers and Raiders great.
Yeah, one of the
coach
best,
of the San Antonio Brahmas, Hines Ward.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They got two of Pittsburgh Hall of Famers, one of the best receivers ever and one of the best defensive backs ever.
Yeah.
So there's some coaching talent. There's some coaching personalities. There's some NFL guys that can play. They poached a bunch of quarterbacks from the USFL. So the XFL, I think, is going to be interesting to watch. I hope it's good.
Loud. What does all of this information tell you, and what should we really be looking for? What are we really looking for here? And
in terms of betting?
And why are they poaching their players?
Well, because the NFL doesn't have enough starting quarterbacks who don't suck, right?
There's a subtext here. The minute they've got all these Hall of Famers in there. The reason why they're paying guys like Woodson and Hines, we start watching. The minute they stop poaching and make a trade, that's it. USFL is now part of the NFL. It's the third conference.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No, here's what's going to happen. The USFL and the XFL are going to merge in a couple of years.
Okay.
And then you're going to have a second football season that the USFL and XFL are the two divisions, and then they'll break those up north, south, east, west, or however they do it. And you're going to have a second 15-week football season.
Right, but the minute they make a trade, the NFL will own that second league. That's what I'm saying. They will be absorbed. And then all the money's there. Then it's good. That's what they want. That's what they're hoping for.
Well,
expansion.
I disagree for this reason. I think what the XFL and the USFL want to be is that secondary football season when there's no other football being played.
Right.
If they join with the NFL, and there's not enough teams, there's not enough space. The league would be too big. It would be like basketball. There's too many teams, too long of a season. I don't see it. XFL and USFL, I think, are going to merge. That's where I'm standing. Rocky thinks one of them is becoming part of the NFL. We'll see. All right. I think there's a game this Sunday in the NFL, right?
Yes. Our producer Sean was talking about the Puppy Bowl coming up soon. So,
Christian, quickly, Christian, shout out LeBron, quick. It's your job.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge sport news.
LeBron James passed Kareem up.
If you try to talk about LeBron James on this show, I'm talking over you.
I'm not a big LeBron fan, but hey, flowers to him. Flowers to him.
No. Can't stand the pig-headed woke POS.
He passed your bar.
Flowers
Yeah.
to him, man.
Yeah, kudos, great.
We should have broke his ankle. Sorry.
Now
All
right.
back to football. I've been seeing this everywhere. ESPN, Sports Center, top 10. Patrick Mahomes, if he wins this Super Bowl, where do you rank him all time amongst quarterbacks? Is he even in your top 10 discussion right now with the Super Bowl potentially here? And just to give you some,
in my opinion, yeah, he's in the top 10 already because you've got some top 3 that have only won 2 Super Bowls. Peyton won 2.
And now just give you some stats. It's only his 5th year.
Here's my question to you, Christian. Where do you put Russell Wilson? Because he's appeared in 2, he won 1.
Russell Wilson's in my top 15, top 20.
Well, then if Mahomes wins 2, he's
got to be above that. Yeah. The thing is, Patrick Mahomes, I just want to give out some numbers before you guys say anything. Only his 5th year as a starter, and his all 5 years, he's led his team to 5 conference championships and 2 Super Bowls. 3 Super Bowls now, I'm sorry, with this one. 1-1, lost one to Tampa Bay, and now we'll see what happens with Philadelphia. I think if he wins the Super Bowl, he'll be in my top 5 list. Jeremy, Loud, Rocky.
Yeah, well, you're a fan of his. I think he's
big
good.
fan.
Jeremy.
I mean, it definitely puts him up there, for, current quarterbacks. He's one of the best right now. But, when you're talking about all time, I don't start putting people on all-time lists until, they're at the end of their career or the career is done. Like someone like Brady earned that, about 8 years into his career. So that was kind of rare. But usually when it comes to all-time, let's see him for another, let's see him do 10, 12 years in the league and make sure he keeps doing this kind of thing, so. But yes, I'm sure he's playing right into the legend realm. So,
Christian, that's your definitive answer right there. That was it. That's the definitive answer to that question.
All right,
Mr.
Loud Esmond, I see you. I see you shaking your head. I see you shaking your head.
What is Loud?
Look, for me, you're looking at people like Staubach, Johnny Unitas, Joe Namath, to a lesser extent, Marino, Elway, Brett Favre, Montana, Brady, Manning. There's a lot of guys. Drew Brees, I think, is on Mount Rushmore before. Let's okay. I love Pepper, which is my name for the quarterback of the Chiefs, because I think he's a little, let's just say anyway. Pepper. That's what I call
Pepper Mahomes.
Pepper Mahomes. So
I don't know.
I think Pepper is really good and plays quarterback in a very different way than a lot of quarterbacks that we've seen. I also think football is the ultimate team game. If Tom Brady had been drafted by the Cleveland Browns, we would have never heard of him. Period. If Derek Carr had been drafted by the Patriots, he might be on Mount Rushmore. There's a lot that goes into, and there's very few quarterbacks that can elevate an entire team if the team sucks. And so, there's a lot that goes into it. Let him win 3 more Super Bowls. And then, okay, fine. You're there. But he's got to win this one. And that's no sure thing. If he doesn't, he's 1-2. And he's starting to get into Jim Kelly land. Unless he starts winning. So yeah, I'm not ready to crown Patrick Mahomes as anything but a bath bomb guy.
Good State Farm call out right there.
That was your long answer from a Brady hater and a Carr lover. Once again, Derek Carr, who doesn't even have a locker in any locker room in the NFL, was mentioned on our show.
Did I say Derek Carr?
Yeah. Did you?
No.
I doubt it.
Everyone forgot to drink.
Yeah, I got my drink.
If Brady would drive by Cleveland Browns, they'd have 6-7 world champions.
Oh, stop it. If the quarterback who was the quarterback for the Patriots at the time didn't get hurt mid-season, we may never heard of Tom Brady.
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Bledsoe. You know what, man? Bledsoe never got a.
And by the way, who the hell is Brock Purdy if Jimmy Garoppolo never gets hurt?
Or Trey Lance.
Life is a funny thing. It's life is a highway, and I want to ride it all night long. Anyway, just saying.
Okay. There we go.
Amarillo by morning.
Give him the philosophical answer, Loud.
Like I said, us and them, and who knows which is which and who is who.
Let me guess, Loud. You know the country version of that song you just quoted, right?
Yes, I do.
I bet
absolutely.
you did.
Yeah.
We need to have Jeremy repeat his pick of the week for the Super Bowl first. So
go ahead. Who's going to win?
We need to do Jeremy first because he's the only.
Yeah, Eagles are going to win.
Go ahead. By how many?
Eagles by 6.
Whoa, dude!
Bold.
Man, that is. You got some stones.
That's
bro.
disrespectful right there.
Dude, listen, if they win by 6, I will be back here next Friday eating crow and kissing Jeremy's butt on TV because I am calling that one BS.
I'd rather not have to experience either of those things, though, Rocky.
If the Eagles win by 6, I will sell my right testicle.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that either. It was just a prediction, my friends.
I'm going to bet $100 in my left nut right now that don't happen.
With
Loud.
And who'll deny?
I think Loud's on the ayahuasca
It's
trip with
why
Aaron Rodgers.
Fighting's all about. Kansas City's going to win because I hate them.
What?
Kansas City's going to win because I hate them.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. Ditto.
This is not the Super Bowl that I wanted. I mean, I was 8-2. 8-2.
That championship week messed everyone up, man. It just killed all.
I have no idea how many people are going to watch this Super Bowl, but I'm going to bet the ratings are down from last year. How's that?
I doubt it.
Down for the last 5 years.
People say that all the time, and then it's like breaks the record every year from the previous year or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, the two number one seeds hitting off. It's going to be
It's not about
football.
When you get right down to it, it's not about who's in it. It's about the gathering and the game and the food and getting too drunk to even see the fourth quarter.
Yeah, getting plastered.
Because even I'm going to watch it, and I hate both these teams.
Exactly. I'm going to sit down and watch it. Yeah. So.
It's the Kelsey Bowl, man.
Let me ask this. Is the Super Bowl party still a thing?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
I'm doing a Super Bowl party.
Hey, gun, baby.
Yeah, I did Super Bowl party. Yeah, I
still think Monday should be a holiday.
Last year at my friend's house.
I agree, Jeremy. That's one. You and I are on the same page. The Monday after Super Bowl ought to be a federal holiday.
Or move the Super Bowl to Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I'm fine with Super Bowl Saturday as well.
Yeah, me too.
That would be even better.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Because then you would get all day Sunday to recuperate.
Yeah, recover that hangover.
And then Saturday night, I mean, that's a full-on party night when you have Sunday off and next day. So, yeah, Super Bowl Saturday.
Well, on Saturday, all my rowdy friends come over.
Wait a minute.
Is that another country reference?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I figured so.
All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Never mind. Okay, Hank Williams Jr., the Monday Night Football theme.
Yeah, friends in low places, Loud.
I do.
I know that one.
You know why that's not on the NFL anymore Monday night? Because he got fired because of his political views. Because he was basically a Republican.
Oh, we're not going into politics. Okay,
what's
you go
Rocky
to politics.
even talking about?
You go to politics, and I'm going to give you the treatment like LeBron. All right, so let's get this straight. I'm on Kansas City. Jeremy is on the Eagles. Rocky?
Loud, how many? Kansas City by what? Give us a point spread.
Oh, hell no. I'm taking Kansas City plus 1.5.
Right, but what do you think they'll win by? Or you think they'll cover?
Kansas City plus 1.5.
Okay, there you go.
I'm a betting man, okay? Right. So the value is in Kansas City plus 1.5 because if they stay within 1 or they win, you make money.
Right. Christian, I'm sorry. This will be the second year in a row that we are not together in the Super Bowl. I promise, come hell or high water next year.
Oh, yeah, next year.
We will cook. You'll do a brisket and I'll eat it.
That's weird. We always do our Super Bowls together. Now it's really weird. We've been apart 2 years.
We're apart this year with your mom, so not my bad. Okay.
All right, we'll
so
see.
I like Kansas City. What is the line at right now, Chris?
1.5.
Plus 1.5 Kansas City, minus 1.5.
Yeah, it was all the way up to 3.5. Now it's back to 1.5.
I expect that line to move back down in the Chiefs' favor because all the smart money I think was waiting for the line to go up and then dump on the. I think that line might move to a pick 'em by game day. I'm taking Kansas City by anything 1 point up to 3. I'm taking Kansas City, and I think if Kansas City becomes a favorite somehow by 1 or 2 points, I'm still taking Kansas City. I expect that line to move a little. Loud thinks it's crazy.
Christian, go through the line movement from open to now for us.
All right. Give me a second. It went from 1.5 from
who?
Philadelphia.
No, Kansas City opened as a 1.5 point chalk. I got news.
Yeah.
The very first breath that it took.
Well, okay, hey, Rocky, how about the guy who's looking at the chart?
Yeah, the numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
So from Sunday, January 26th, it was minus 2.5 Philadelphia. It moved down -2. It spiked up to minus 3.5, back down to 2.5, back down to 2, and it's been sitting at 1.5 since Tuesday.
Okay. The public is overwhelmingly on Philadelphia. 65% of the money is on Philadelphia right now. But as Rocky and I know, the syndicates and the big bets are not coming in until a half an hour before the game. So that line is still going to move. What does the line movement tell you? That it went way up in the latter part of the week to almost 3.5 in favor of Philadelphia and then drop back down.
I think it's so funny why the line went up too. Obviously, there is betting reasons, but a majority of it comes from NFL Twitter where someone leaked a fake photo of the NFL posting a scripted ending of the Eagles winning by 3 points. So everyone started putting their money on the Eagles, and it went back down.
Oh, man.
Well, that's just dumb.
Yeah. Listen, I believe that this was a knee-jerk reaction, like I said last week, to the Eagles beating up on a powerhouse team, a real contender, without a quarterback, the 49ers.
I will tell you this. The trouble the Eagles had moving the ball against the 49ers gave me pause. They really struggled. And if the 49ers had a quarterback, that maybe has a different outcome. And here's the other thing I didn't realize. I sort of thought Kansas City was sort of a meh defense. You know, they have the second most sacks in the league.
Yep.
Yeah, they're very good.
Chris Jones is the beast, man. Best DT with AD out.
He has ADD.
He's the best defensive tackle with Aaron Donald out.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, man. That was great. Dude, I'm going to get a t-shirt. And
I didn't, I thought maybe that was like, they do the pre-show things and they talk about challenges players have faced. And I thought maybe Chris Jones was ADD. And so it made it hard for him to study the playbook or something. But okay. Right. Which is why he's a defensive tackle, because he just has to go forward. I really thought the Chiefs were not as good on defense as they apparently are. And the other thing is Philadelphia's strength of schedule is terrible. 31st in the league. So I wanted to go Philly, but my confidence in them has been shaken by some research I've seen. And then Loud Esmond bets correctly, but whatever I emotionally really want to happen never happens. So I hate the Chiefs, so they have to win the Super Bowl to ruin my day. That's just the way it's going to go.
Hey, Loud, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You're a betting man. By the time we're on this show a week from today, what are the odds that Derek Carr is a New Orleans Saint?
I think it's about 90%. I think, look, it's the coach that drafted him. He's not going to be comfortable in New York. I don't think that's a cultural fit for him. He brought his wife to meet the Saints management
He was
yesterday.
there for 2 days.
And they flew his wife in to meet with the staff.
1 minute.
That says a lot to me. But here's what's not going to happen. He's not going to let the Raiders get jack for putting him out. He's going to say, pay me or cut me on Tuesday, and they're going to have to release him, and they're going to get nothing. And then what are the Raiders doing at quarterback? What are the Jets doing at quarterback? I think Carr is a fit in the Saints, culturally in that place, and I think he'll do well there. So wish him luck.
Should find out.
All right, everyone. That's another episode of Steer the Line. Make sure to have fun
that's like
and
5 drinks right there. We had.
make sure to have fun and have a safe Super Bowl Sunday. No one asked me my prediction, so I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes. 10 seconds left on the 25-yard line. Boom! Hits Travis Kelce. Thank you, everyone.
Wicked on the Mexico weekend.
Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Super Bowl MVP.
Reasonable.